Okay, I think everything should be working fine. Let me quickly confirm that's indeed the case. I need to see the sound, hear the sound actually. Here the sound is working fine. A second, I should hear myself. Sorry for
Okay,
I think everything should. Yeah, sorry to keep you waiting. All right, so everything is fine, so we can start. So my name is Hightech, of course, and on these live streams I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency market. What do I think about it regarding 11 years of my experience in this space? And in between the lines, I explain what Hightech meme coin is and why you might be interested. So Jesus is king, and let's start. So let's switch the screens. And yeah, I started today. I started to do small airdrops here and there. To those that follow me, subscribe to the channel. So yeah, I think it's worth of staying around, participate in conversations in live chat. I'll be selecting, let's say, the most active, the most interesting live chat participants after the live stream. So I have written a simple instruction, right? Drop your Solana address, and then it's highly likely I will make you a small airdrop, right? Lars says okay. Yeah, simple as that. If you guys can repost, I mean, reposts are let's say highly scored. If you repost my live stream somewhere, that's really cool. You can go to my X account, which is I think it's my bio, and search for the post with this live stream and repost it. You can also drop your CA address there, for clarity, and that will make me consider much deeper. Should I should I choose you for that airdrop or not, right? So yeah, I'll be tracking conversation on both live streams because I do live stream in horizontal and vertical mode. In horizontal mode, I live stream to also Twitch, Rumble, and Kick, aside from YouTube. So this live stream uh, goes quite wide, worldwide. Lei Narevi says, just drop here, right? Yeah, you can drop it in the live chat, no problem. You can also go to my X account and let's say repost the post about this live stream and drop it there in the comment. That also will work, one or the other. But like I said, I'll be definitely much more keen to airdrop it to someone who reposted the post about this live stream on X. So, but here, of course, I mean, for the sake of keeping my word, I already have written in the chat what I have written. So I must be consequent. I cannot be I don't know, promising you something and then completely turning my back on you. Absolutely not. I'm not that kind of a person. Even if I commit mistake, I own my mistakes, right? So yeah, I think next time I will be slightly more precise. Aconvivo says done. Okay, thanks. So yeah, let's discuss what we are dealing with in in the crypto market today. I mean, we definitely can see some coins pumping here and there. When we go over to crypto bubbles, as you see, we can see definitely quite few impressive green bubbles, like ZK, for example. Mina is doing quite well. STRK is doing quite well. Dash is doing quite well. But the title of today's live stream is "Will Monday destroy the pumps?" Right? That's the big question. Will it be able to do that? Why? Because I don't know if you know about it, but Jim Cramer has posted that will bounce on Monday. He was referring to the traditional market, TradFi, But since we've got spot ETFs, you know how correlated we are, how correlated this market is to TradFi. So it's unfortunately highly likely that if TradFi drops, we will drop too. It's not a given because once a blue moon we decorrelate, but that happens on very rare occasions. But yeah, let me take a look at SPYX. SPYX is actually quite useful because this is a tokenized version of a SPY, and it trades 24/7, so it gives us a little bit of an insight into what's in the minds of let's say TradFi, in the mind of TradFi during the weekend, because TradFi that they do not trade on the weekend days, so Saturday, Sunday. So here to some extent, sometimes not at all times, but sometimes we can see what's the opening gonna be like on Monday, most likely. So yeah, yesterday, but not so good so far. So it looks like for the time being that Kramer's curse will work again, because that guy, as an inverse indicator, he has like literally 95% of hit rate, and this is something that you can only wish for. 95%. This is I don't think any trading system is capable of giving you 95% of hit rate. And Kramer, whenever he calls for something, and you literally trade the opposite what he just said, on average you'll get it. That guy is absolutely unbelievable. And Go Silver just posted his CA. And RMST. I don't know how to read your nickname, to be honest. You have to write me, bro, in live chat how to actually read your nickname, or how to call you. I think that would be better. But yeah, he said hello. I don't know how to read his nickname, but he said hello, of course. So yeah, eventually, be ready for a little bit shaky Monday. I don't think we will see another Black Swan event like we've seen on Friday the 10th. I think it is highly unlikely we'll see a repetition of that. Eventually Monday will be a little bit red, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday we start a recovery from it, and November should be a very good month overall, especially given that October wasn't a good one and it's supposed to be a good one. Statistically speaking, it used to be a good month, right? Not every single one, of course, because like out of 12 Octobers, 4 were bad, 8 were good, 4 were bad, but not tragically bad, just red. Now we have five bad with the one that just closed, so 8 good and 5 bad. But I think when it comes to November, that statistic is even better than of October. So I believe nothing disappears in nature. So if it did not happen this time, then probably it got shifted over to somewhere, and I'm guessing that bullishness has been shifted to November. So this month, right? So I expect from the market to pump extra hard this month, right? Because we did not see any pumps on October, and moreover, we actually saw a Black Swan event, right, on Friday 10th. That was a Black Swan event. If you don't know, if you need an instance of a Black Swan event, just look back at Friday 10th, and it's literally that, right? So probably the altcoin market is heavily oversold by now, like heavily oversold. That favorites hugely upward moves, right? This is the others chart, so the one that supposedly should be representative of how the altcoin market looks, was the shape of the altcoin market. And it's a little bit skewed, of course, because it's composed of coins listed on Binance, and Binance has been doing a very aggressive rotation of their coins recent 2 years. So that's why I say it's skewed. It's not really very accurate. It looks much more bullish than it should actually look, which is even better because I mean, for altcoins, it's actually better because the more bearish it looks, the closer it is to a bottom, right? I mean, I don't think anyone should be even trying to debate that. The higher we are, the further away we are from the bottom. But the lower we are, the closer we are to the ultimate bottom, right? So here it looks like we are far away. In reality, the situation is much worse. I think, like, for example, I don't know, the EAS chart reflects more or less, from what I remember, how overall altcoin market should be looking like. Yeah, so more or less like this. On this occasion, it actually even made an all-time low. Last time I checked, totally 50 and totally 100. So those are the charts that in my opinion, are much more reliable than others. But the problem is now TradingView will not show you them in full shape, just like recent couple of months or few months. It will not display the whole, historical chart there. So that is why you cannot really, evaluate it the same as you can evaluate others. But last time I checked, it was very similar to how this chart looked, right? Very like almost 1-to-1. So as you see, this one here is not looking as good, right? This one here has not experienced a bull market in any shape or form just yet, meaning that it's ahead of it. It's ahead of it. It had a little bit of pumps and dumps as well, and it stays more or less in the vicinity of deep bear market from 2022/2023. Right? So that's why, my theory is that the altcoin market is preparing for its bull market finally, because it has not seen one since 2021. The altcoin market has not seen a boom, its own bull market yet, and that's a huge difference in between this cycle and all of the previous cycles, right? At this point, after what Bitcoin has done, altcoins should be roaring. Should be in a roaring bull market already, and they are not. They are really far from that. So again, coming back to my belief of nothing disappearing in nature, since we have not received a bull market in altcoins yet, it means it has been shifted onto a little bit later time. And we, in my opinion, we are already in that later time, right? Because it already should have taken place. It did not take place, so it must be somewhere around the corner, so to speak. Abuala says hi. So, hi, Abuala. Let me check if the connection is going well. Yeah, it is. So NRMSTFD says, I'm feed in Telegram. You got this. Okay. All right. Okay, so here I'm controlling two live chats at once because one goes in vertical mode. One live stream goes in vertical mode, another live stream goes in horizontal mode. So that's why I'll be taking a look at it, from at both from time to time. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, of course, let me know in the live chat. It's always much more interesting whenever there is a live conversation. It's actually, believe me or not, but the most difficult part of doing live streams like this one is when you have to talk to yourself, right? When you have to talk alone, when there is, nobody on the other end, on the opposite side, and there is no any sort of conversation, right? So yeah, even if Monday gets bad, I think you should keep your guard up. I don't think you should be neglecting the possibility of altcoin season emerging. Absolutely not. The opposite. I mean, given how grossly oversold this market become on Friday the 10th, it's highly, highly likely we are at least ahead of some sort of a very strong reaction rally that will give literally hundreds of percents of gains here and there. Maybe not all over the place, but there are definitely many coins. But that's the worst case scenario. I think we will actually get a proper altcoin season, and especially because nobody really expects it, right? After Friday 10th, the let's say the trust, the belief, the attitude went really, really down, right, in this space. And, to a great extent, Fear and Greed Index on CoinMarketCap reflects that, because as you see, we are at 35, so we are in fear territory. Altcoin Season Index is also very low, 31. By the way, how about the ETF flow, net flow? So yesterday we got outflows, but the small ones, just slightly beneath $300 million. So that's nothing really to worry about. That's like a kinda regular, let's say, deviation, plus minus. Even if it's a plus 300 million, you should not get overly excited about it, because that's not really large money in this space anymore. It used to be, but that was long ago. So yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because otherwise you will miss those opportunities on hearing, my analysis from someone who is already 11 years in this space. So I definitely, know my craft. And on top of that, as I said, as I have written in the live chat, you will miss the opportunity to get a small airdrop in Hitech. And by the way, explaining what Hitech actually is. Hitech is kind of a stock market of this YouTube channel, right? I treat it as a stock market of this YouTube channel. So that's why if anybody comes to me and wants to do any sort of business related with me related to this YouTube channel, they will have to buy up this meme coin. They will not be paying me. I will not accept payment from them. They will have to buy up this meme coin, right, from the liquidity pool. So that's why. In that sense, this is a very innovative approach to a meme coin release, and it definitely has a lot of potential, because for now there's only 63 hodlers, so we are in the early days, very early days of this market. And I'm a very stubborn individual. I'm extremely stubborn, and I think one of the proofs how stubborn I am is that I've been waiting on this YouTube channel. I have another YouTube channel which I run in my mother tongue, in Polish, and that one has close to 1,000 subscribers already. So it's much larger than this one. And I ran it for around 2 years. This one I also ran for around 2 years, and it just got slightly over 100 subscribers, right? So I've seen nearly no growth for 2 years on this YouTube channel, and I still went with it, right? I'm still going with it, even though YouTube literally does not show this YouTube channel to anybody. It just does not show it, right? When I go over, for example, into the statistics of my Polish YouTube channel, I get impressions, I get reach. YouTube is giving me reach on that channel. On this one, almost zero, right? And it's still it still does not discourage me from running it, right? So after 2 years, right? So that's one of the proofs how damn stubborn I am, right? I get mine sooner or later, and I don't care who is trying to throw what obstacles, under my legs. It will not stop me. Never things like that were able to stop me. So sooner or later I find a way to pierce through, jailbreak and then do the thing I planned anyway. So yeah, that's why high tech will become one of the main coins in the crypto space. I'm 100% sure. Why? Because it relies on me. If it was relying on anybody else, then I would say maybe not. But since I am the one responsible for it, to me myself, that's a given. It's just a matter of time. So yeah. So that's why, whenever I airdrop you a little bit of high tech, you better hold onto it. You better not sell it straight away, because this is just the beginning. And this coin has started from $1, right? From $1. At $1, if you were in the right place in the right time, you were able to buy it for $1. And now it's $143, right? And at some point it went to $307. So out of $1 at some point you were able to get $307 out of it. And we are talking about the history, right? It's already a fact. It's not a speculation. It's not a what if. No, this is something that has already happened. Out of $1, you were able to make $307, right? So that's definitely accountable money. Definitely something that you can feel in your pocket, right? And back then I was saying exactly the same what I'm saying now. Get yourself a little bit, hold it, and let me do the work, and you will see it will become money. Whatever you throw at it, it will become accountable money. I already came to realization once, and I have zero doubt from this standpoint. It will come to realization too. So yeah. So whenever you get an airdrop from me, don't spend it. Participate in the community. Help me to grow it, and at some point, even a small airdrop that I gift you will become much more significant sum of money. Because from here we can easily go even 100x from this level easily, because there is so little circulating supply, and I will keep it low. Circulating supply will stay low. So that is why it will maintain that explosiveness, maintain the aggressive growth. I'll be even taking off, buying up coins off the liquidity pool, what I have done already, right? Because whenever I benefit from this market, I reinvest the money, and whenever I get profit, I reinject it into the liquidity pool, right? That's the deal, actually. It's not about just marketing. It's not about let's say not about basing whatever advertising deals with promoters on it. It's also about reinvesting the money I get from it, and then returning it to the community. So there are two very strong points about this meme coin. First, whoever wants to advertise on these channels, they'll have to buy up this meme coin and burn it, so they cannot dump it anymore. And second, whatever I get from this market, I reinvest it. And I'm a professional trader for years already. And then I return it to the community, right? So I don't think you will find anybody else on the whole internet doing something like this. Okay. NRMS TFD, bro. You have to tell me how to refer to you because I'm not going to read read your nickname every single time I want to comment on whatever you have written. That's way too tiresome. Let me be honest. Guys, share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget about that part. It's turbo important because otherwise we will not be able to grow this thing. We need a social media reach. We need to expand this YouTube channel. We need to make it big. We need to make it sizable, visible on the global crypto map, and then things will go really, really fast once that's achieved. Okay, let me see what we've got on Bitcoin dominance chart, how this one is doing. And it's actually going against what I wanted it to do because, for those that watched me before, I was expecting, and I still expect this thing to roll over more or less in this fashion. And today's daily candle is trying to, sustain this uptrend that we are having here. And this move I have drawn here, it can happen in many different versions. It's not like it has to follow one specific curved line, because it can go like this. It can be much more extended. It can go like this. It can go even like this. No problem. But at some point it will resemble something along those lines. Why? Because Bitcoin dominance has a zero trajectory. Bitcoin dominance over time will go to zero. And I know Bitcoin maxis try to tell you otherwise, but that's literally against how free market capitalism works, or free market generally works. There's nothing that in free market can maintain high level of dominance forever. That just never happens. In the best case scenario, for some time, some prolonged period of time, and in case of Bitcoin, it already has been way too long. But Bitcoin got lucky, let me tell you, because I followed the scene from the very beginning, and Bitcoin got lucky because it already could dive, face first on a couple of occasions. Like in 2011, I think there was one occasion. 2016 was second. Now we are facing another one because Bitcoin Core developers, they are trying to force an update on Bitcoin Core software, which is the most canonical software for running your own node. They introduced an update which is very, very malicious and actually would completely completely hung the Bitcoin network probably in the first 10 minutes, since it gets widely adopted. From the moment it gets widely adopted, it would probably stop Bitcoin network in the first 10 minutes. So that's how bad it is, right? And the guys that are responsible for the most canonical software for Bitcoin, for setting up a Bitcoin node, right? So Bitcoin actually is under attack, under constant attack. If your favorite influencer hasn't told you about this, then unsubscribe them and just forget about them, because they know shit. So it's not like it's been easy for Bitcoin. It got very, very lucky. It is where it is. I mean, and we've been lucky because otherwise, the crypto scene wouldn't be as developed as it is. Maybe even Solana wouldn't take place if history were a little bit different. But fortunately, we are where we are. Solana is here, and it allows the meme coin scene to exist, to be as it is, to be rich. Because I mean, Solana is the fastest blockchain out there, and by a far margin. There is nothing that compares to Solana. Like, forget about Binance Chain, forget about Ethereum. Ethereum is super slow, super slow. So all of that fun is actually possible thanks to Solana, right? But that does not mean Solana is a good investment, because the incentive of Solana is to be fast and cheap, not fast and expensive. The moment Solana becomes expensive, it may become very difficult for the nodes to be run and maintained and paid, right? Because Solana nodes are very expensive to run, very expensive. You must literally own a data center to run a Solana node. So yeah, NRMST, NRMSTFD. Damn, man, just write me how to call you, because I have no idea how to call you. He says, only me watching you. Well, not really. There's four people on the horizontal one. There's four people watching this live stream, and on the vertical one there is two people watching it. I don't know. Maybe it's the hour. So sometimes I get like literally 150 views, 200 views per live stream, but sometimes I get, I don't know, 10 or 20. It varies a lot. It's very irregular. So yeah, when it comes to Bitcoin dominance, for now, I don't really like how it looks. I'm a little bit tired of waiting. I don't want to see this uptrend here to continue. But at some point, it will have to break anyway. So that's the good part in it, that it will come. All we have to do is just do it, and that's unavoidable, inevitable. It will have to happen. Maybe even next week, starting from tomorrow. We'll see. But so far it's kinda, let's say, contradicting, because as you see, the altcoin market is not doing really that bad, and here the Bitcoin dominance is rising. So this is not what I would expect looking at crypto bubbles. If I take a look at crypto bubbles and somebody put a gun to my head and asked me, is Bitcoin dominance rising or falling, I'd rather say it's falling. because of how actually bullish this screen looks. And as you see, I would be wrong. I will be totally wrong. So yeah. So that's interesting. That's interesting. From Monday's perspective, is Jim Cramer about to be right, or maybe Robert Kiyosaki is about to be right? Because Robert Kiyosaki is another, let's say, persona that in the space that the space starts to treat as an inverse indicator. Why? Because that guy, he keeps calling for huge market crash for years, for long years already, and he's slowly becoming a meme because of it, right? So Robert Kiyosaki is saying that on Monday we'll have a Black Monday. So that means it will probably not happen. But on the other side, Kramer says that we will bounce. So that would point to the market actually at least correcting, right? So what do we make out of it? That's a good question. I think maybe we'll have a little bit of a dip on S&P, and that's all. We will go sideways. We'll go sideways with a slightly red day, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, we will have an uptick. That's what I'm guessing, because I don't really think it makes sense for the market to crash now. I mean, not after what has happened on Friday 10th of October of last month. It just that doesn't make much sense, to be honest. So yeah. Okay, let's go over to X maybe, and let's see what is up. What the space is talking about now. I'll make another live stream later today. Of course, I usually aim to make 2 live streams per day. So so yes, that's why stay around. Subscribe to the channel so you get on the notification when I start, and participate in live chat, right? But today the live chat I see is very dead. Like on vertical live stream is very dead. Practically what you guys said was just hello and hi, and drop the crypto addresses. This is not what I expect. I expect a live conversation here. You guys asking questions, and this is not what I'm getting, to be honest. So I'm kind of disappointed. Let's see how it goes later on. Because the point is not in you coming over to this live stream and dropping your CA and counting on the airdrop. The point is so we have a conversation, so we make something interesting, right? Create the content on this channel, and then as an addition, if for those that are the most active, the most interesting ones, I will send a small airdrop, right? In an act of gratitude. But this is not what I'm getting so far. Okay. Coin Bureau, Nvidia is now richer than most countries on earth. Yeah, that's a fact. But what do we make out of it? Because it's very difficult to tell if Nvidia is in a bubble or not, to be honest. I mean, especially from my perspective, since I use AI quite a lot. Like for example, I have a bunch of X profiles that are managed by AI, and they do really, really good job in expanding my reach, right? And that's something that usually you would have to pay for. I don't have to pay for because my own AI is serving it. Is navigating it, is managing it. So that's something that gives you a real world value. Normally you would have to pay for a service like this. But on other hand, when you look how much Nvidia is worth, it looks a little bit overblown. But the AI has so many applications that it makes that calculation amazingly difficult to get it right. Is it really overvalued, or maybe we just do not understand how big potential current AI in its current form really has? Because in the medical industry, it has a lot of applications. Of course, in let's say IT, it has plenty of applications. In e-commerce, it has tons of applications. In video, and let's say film industry, it has tons of applications. So yeah, it's quite something, and it all stands on NVIDIA. NVIDIA is literally the foundation of it. Breaking this trader. So yeah, to some extent, we could say actually that Hightech Meme Coin is also involved heavily in AI, because I promote it through my own AI, right? The X profiles that are run by my own AI. So in that part, I mean, there is many coins that are categorized as AI, and they don't really have that much of AI in them as Hightech has. So, and I don't even try to underpin it to AI narrative, right? I call it a meme coin. Breaking. This trader with a flawless win streak just added aggressively to his long positions. He is now $376 million long on everything. 152 million long on what? I think he forgot to actually write that part. 118 million long on Bitcoin, 106 million long on Sol. Okay, let me review this one here. On Ethereum. Okay, so he forgot to write Ethereum. That was his mistake. Yeah, I mean, let me warn you: never try to copy trade guys like them, because those are probably market makers. So they will try to win your trust with executing trades like this for a while. They will make you believe you found a way how to navigate this market on high leverage, and at some point, they will open like a very, very huge, after they already got you, right? After they already won you over, and you're 100% convinced this is your way. This is your, let's say, 100% accurate indicator of what you're supposed to do. They will open a super large long or short at some point. They will make you do the same, and then they will do the exact opposite, right? The market makers, instead, for example, dumping the market, they will pump it, right? So the guy, for example, will open shorts, you will open shorts together with them, and they will pump the price, right? Why? Because they will have many other accounts that instantly will open longs. They will push up the price on the spot market and get you all liquidated. And even this guy liquidated, I mean, this account liquidated, but it will not worry them, because they are on the opposite side of the trade. So they are recovering vast majority of that money anyway, right? So that's why I never try to copy trade guys like that. Penrose says CA. CA is a crypto address. Starboy Mama says test. Yeah, I see you, Starboy Mama. I see you here. So share, like, and subscribe, guys. Share, like, and subscribe. Drop your CA and participate in conversation. Ask questions, or I don't know, drop something interesting from time to time in the live chat. Write about something interesting. If you had, I don't know, an intriguing info about the crypto market today, share it in the live chat, and that will do. Michael Serio posts the Sailor tracker hinting at buying more Bitcoin. That was 31 minutes ago, so probably he will buy more, because every single time he does that, the next day we find out he already bought some Bitcoin. So yeah. Crypto Goose says huge pump is coming soon. Patience is key now. Yeah, I believe the same. I think the market is well placed for a big pump. Even though the sentiment is really, really down, but that's literally what's necessary. Majority of the market participants, they must stay completely sidelined if bull market is about to come. They cannot be loaded up, because the market will be overloaded, will be too heavy. And remember, bull has to be ridden. Bull, whenever the bull realizes someone is mounting it, it kicks, jumps to the side, to the sides, kicks, tries to get rid of the rider, right? And that is why the market behaves exactly the same. If it realizes there is too many people that try to mount it, try to ride it, it will make sure they jump off its back. So yeah. Market signals colliding. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Jim Cramer says stock will bounce Monday. Robert Kiyosaki says the crash is just beginning. The inverse indicator versus the doom prophet. Someone is about to be very right or very wrong. Yeah, this one is funny AF. Funny AF. And that's why, I mean, literally the forces of the universe are crashing, clashing, right? Crashing and clashing. So yeah, my guess is that we will go sideways on Monday. mostly sideways. So that would be the funniest outcome. So yeah, okay, guys, share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to drop your CA. Go over to my X as well and give me a follow. Repost my X post about this live stream, and yeah, await an airdrop. I will pick a couple of winners. I already gave quite a lot of airdrops, but I will give few more. So stay around and participate in conversation and help me to create this community. Help me to grow this channel. So high tech becomes one of the dominating meme coins in the scene. So thank you for your time, guys, and see you sometime later.